Alright, welcome everybody to today's stream. For today's stream, we are going to be talking about Women's Month in the Philippines. It's good, but there are a lot of rooms for improvement. See how I committed to the R? So I said rooms. But yeah, there's room for improvement, and that's gonna be the content. If you're here to support the channel, please watch everything. But if you're here just for the content, jump straight to the 10-minute mark. Doon tayo magsisimula. So from now until then, we're just gonna continue the setup. Don't forget to subscribe. Andito na kayo. And don't forget to like the stream as well. Alright, let's do this. Thank you, Paolo. I'm not sure if you were here, Paolo, when we talked about it. But it's very fortunate na nakahanap tayo ng video that captures wide attention. And in that way, we kind of know how to balance content moving forward. I'm not saying na magiging ano tayo, no? Magiging ganun lahat ng klase ng content natin, but it will definitely help if from time to time we dip our toes in that kind of content para rin mahasa yung ano natin, yung pagka-content creator sa mga ganun-ganun na bagay. Besides, we've already been doing it, right? We talk about trending things on the internet. It's just a matter of what trending things on the internet do we talk about. medyo, Paolo. Yeah. So thank you, Paolo, for acknowledging. We're one step closer to getting that monetization goal. Malayo man siya right now. I think it's now within, kumaga nakikita na natin siya. And hopefully within the year we finally achieve it. Sup, Ron? Hey, Caleb. Yeah. Kumbaga now it's a matter of balancing because we can't just go completely off-brand or ignore the fact na maybe mukha tayong credible pag usapang chismis. All jokes aside, we now know better, diba? Anyway, let's continue setting up. How do you guys like my flat hair today? Medyo na to. Normally when I style my hair, it's kind of damp para my body and madali pa rin paggalawin. But today, I took a bath, went to a meeting, natuyuan tayo ng buhok, so I kind of have no choice but to either let the bangs down, which I know you kind of like, chat, or brush it up. But again, we only do that kapag basa or damp yung buhok natin. So I'm like, okay, let's just do flat hair today. Oh, that's sweet, Paolo. That's sweet, Paolo. Oh, what's the update here, Ron? Sino ang nag-jeepney rally pala? I think na auto block yung previous message mo. I can't seem to find it here. Kasi wala siyang hide button. Normally when a message gets auto-filtered, I get to unhide it, but now wala akong filter for it. Thank you, Paula. We've tried many things and I'm very great. I mean, we're nowhere near our goals, but we are trying to find that kind of success. But I'm also very grateful that whatever success we are having right now or on our way there, hindi siya overnight, because numerous times a lot of very successful content creators, don't want to call them influencers, but to an extent they are, ang sinasabi nila, the worst thing that can happen to a creator is to be viral right away. Kasi pag nagiging viral daw right away, they're kind of forced to just do one kind of content and not really figure out who they are and what they want to create. End up, nababurn out sila kasi hindi talaga nila gusto yun. So unlike viral sensations, we're slow. We're a very, very slow burn, and we're grateful for that. And in that way, ang dami nating na-try, di ba? We've done vlogs, we've done traveling, we've done chopped up live streams. We're now live streaming. Kumbaga, ang dami natin ginagawa. And I'm just very grateful that for the most part, you've been here, di ba? To enjoy this journey. Good for them, the Dolan twins. Yeah. Bangs down. Oh my gosh. Well, let's try flat today. Ato na, teka lang. Naano sa catch up eh. Na miss ko kayo eh. Let's send this first to the Discord. We haven't even sent it to the Discord yet. We'll also upload it on Instagram. Give me a minute. Okay. You also have to open some links. Sent. Alam niyo yung nakakakuha kayo ng text from GCash, which I just got now, and you kind of low-key wish it was somebody who sent you money kahit na alam mong wala namang magpapadala sa'yo ng pera o wala kang ine-expect na pumasok na pera. That's what happened to me just right now. May text ako nakuha from GCash, tapos biglang, ano lang pala, announcement lang pala. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Dean Cain. Dean Cain is I know him for being the host of Ripley's Believe It or Not. Tama ba? Yeah, that's what I remember him as. I remember growing up and being super obsessed with Ripley's Believe It or Not. In fact, do you guys remember that there was once a Ripley's Believe It or Not in Shangri-La, in EDSA? Let's see if we can find images. Oh yeah, there you go, baby. Once upon a time in Shangri-La, in EDSA Shangri-La, may Ripley's Believe It or Not doon. Such a long time ago. My gosh. Ito pa yata yung tsura ng Shangri-La noon, no? Yeah, not a lot of photos here. There's a video though. Seems like it. Oh! Pattaya. It's not even in Shang. Hold up, let me open up the links. I'll try to make today's stream 45 minutes as I normally try to do. But I'm not sure if kaya natin pahabain to that duration just because I want the content to be a good conversation and not an extended kind of talk. Parang yung pinipilit na lang na ano pa, May topic pa. You already know how that feels. We have how many links? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we have 15 links for today. Yeah, museum ng reprise and then sa simula pa yung coin. Ah, man. K-Fab, long time no see. Ano pa itong gagawin? Magla-live tayo sa kabila. We're about ready to start, by the way. Kawawa naman. Sorry sa mga nag-jump sa 10-minute mark. There. Let's go. Happy Women's Month, K-Fab. Ngayon pa lang, baka di tayo mag-abot when we start the content. But Happy Women's Month to all the women out there. Oh no. Oh no. Actually, ano lang naman YouTube or Kumu. And then, ano lang tayo, naka CCTV mode on TikTok. Kervin, dito ka na. Kervin, dito ka na sa YouTube. What about the female chromosome? What about it? Name ng female chromosome? What is the name of the female chromosome? Name of the female chromosome. Is there such a thing? X chromosomes? Ano ulit? Ano ulit ang female chromosomes? XX. Then XY kapag male, if I'm not mistaken. XY ang male, XX ang female. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We have to find a new angle for this on TikTok kasi yung mic natin nagko-cover sa face. But anyway, let's start today's content already. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be talking about Women's Month in the Philippines. Now, while it's good and all because we have celebrations, we have marketing promos that women can take advantage of and properly celebrate their day in a way that makes them feel loved and appreciated, there are also a lot of steps that we have to take para talagang maging mas maayos ang pag-celebrate natin ng Women's Month. Now, the details I'll show you in just a bit, but the backstory here on why we even thought about this content is earlier today, I was at the gym. Alright, so in this gym, yung gym na to nasa 3rd floor ng building and it's all glass and a part of the building is all glass. And you can just see the outside portion of the building. Take note sa Quezon City ito. So now, as I was stretching, I looked outside and I saw a bunch of women in pink. And I'm like, interesting. Bakit kaya sila naka-pink? Meron bang rally? Alright, so yun yung unang pumasok sa isip ko. May rally ba? Baka naman may convention, there's a party, there's a celebration, may barangay pansitan, ewan ko. And then it clicked. Today is Women's Day, March 8th, and the entire month is Women's Month. So I realized that, well, today is Women's Day. And so I did a bit of reading about I did a bit of reading on Women's Day. When it all started, kailan siya sineselebrate. Is it March 8 every year? Is it March 1? Does it change like the Lenten season? So as I was reading, I realized, well, you know, just as celebrating it is very important, I think learning more about it is also very crucial. Because marami pa tayong missteps and marami pang kailangang alamin about this month. So let's start this one off with proper celebrations and greetings for everybody. Yeah! Happy you're here, Kervin! Okay, women, this is just a meme. Basically, muling paalala, babae ka, hindi babae lang. Happy International Women's Day, ladies. This line alone tells you a lot about the history of why we do celebrate Women's Month, which we can talk about later on. But this nice little meme here is from Little Women. Women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts. And they've got ambition, they've got talent as well as beauty. I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it. Another greeting here for all the women watching the stream and watching the replay of the stream. Abante babae. Again, babae ka, hindi babae lang. So abante para sa lahat ng babae dyan. And even more good news, I already did mention this earlier, a bunch of promos. In fact, I can skip to one of the promos already because although it's a little too late. Every year, I think, since 2018, libre ang sakay ng mga babae, ng women, on the MRT. MRT Line 3 lang yata to, or MRT 3. Every year, I think I read one all the way from 4 or 5 years ago. So it's very nice. They've been celebrating this, and in one way or another, when we have the government celebrating Women's Day or celebrating any event that focuses on empowering marginalized people of society, it's good because we realize na the reason why they are marginalized to begin with is because may mga epal at may mga walang kwentang tao na gumawa nun to begin with, aka men, aka people like me, which I'm not very proud of, although I'm not practicing the same things those people practice, I hope. I'm not, but you get it. We celebrate these things for a reason. More promos that I have here. Top Women's Month sales. Women's Wednesday sale at SM Supermall. So you can check this one out. moneymax.ph, and then hanapin nyo lang yung Women's Month sales. So in SM, there's this sale. I think if I'm not mistaken, all the Wednesdays of March, 10,000 off an iPhone. Maybe you want an iPhone for yourself. Happy Women's Day, sis. Discounts sa Maybelline lip tint, Roxy heel slides. There are just so many promos that I think are good. This is when I believe capitalism and real good come together. You know, I understand it's just capitalism taking advantage of this day. Yeah, sure, the conversation can go on forever, but it's a nice partnership, right? Between businesses who want to make money on that day and have wide reach, and an event kung saan dapat talaga natin i-celebrate and a lot of people should be more aware of. So, ayan, dami. Interesting. Edamama, shipping cart, Tom's even, Off the Rail. There are just so many here. Chaser Action, Slimmer's World. Ooh, wow. Wow, if you want to go get a gym membership, I guess. City Rewards card, HSBC. Again, visit the website moneymax.ph. Do we also? Oh yeah, I also found this one, Marriott Manila. So kung gusto niyo mag-buffet, I hope it's not yet too late. But in any case, the point here is that there are now brands. The awareness is growing. Where we're now celebrating women more than ever before. Now before we end up looking like a promo for all these brands, let's get into the idea of what's wrong, right? What's wrong despite all these good things? What's up? Why are we still a long way, in my opinion, away from properly celebrating this event? It doesn't take much to see, but if you look here, it kind of gets problematic really, really fast. So this was posted 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago. MRT offers free ride for women. So it's all good, right? And then all of a sudden you have these comments. Is there a men's day where men get to ride for free? Don't be foolish, bro. We don't have rights. Equality for women, they said. Lul, there should be. But alam mo yung ganun. So, may mga ganyan na hirit, and then you have articles like this. Where is that? This one is really horrible. This one was from 2 years ago. A bucket of urine. So may umihi, tas binuhos sa protesters in Plaza Oragon, Naga City during an International Women's Day event, March 8, 2 years ago. Apparently, it's a police officer in civilian attire. It's ridiculous, right? May ganyan na nangyayari, especially on the day where we celebrate women. So it's not enough, in my opinion, that we celebrate it. It's just as important to study this some more. I heard that March is Women's History Month, so I looked up when Men's History Month is, and it gets ridiculous. So nakalagay dito, Men's History Month. Men's History Month is every month, and women have to deal with it. In the US, March is Women's History Month, just as February is Black History Month. Why? Because every month of the year is White Men's History Month already. So not only is this white supremacist, it's also very misogynistic, and it's very discriminatory. And a lot of people here, if you look at the comments, tend to agree with this kind of post. Diba? You know, it's very harmless. We are celebrating women who for the longest time have been pushed and cast away from society because may thinking na hindi sila karapat dapat na makuha yung mga benefits na nakukuha ng males or their male counterparts. And now that we're in 2023, it just sounds stupider and stupider the more you defend it. The more you defend that, men should have there should be Men's Day. There should be... No, that's not the point. The point here is that sineselebrate natin lahat ng kagaguhan na ginawa ng men to begin with, right? At this rate, I'm giving feminism 3 years before they collapse or do an actual rational reform. Well, sorry to break it to you, bro, but it's been more than 3 years. And it's still going strong. That's because it only takes a month to cover the worthwhile things that women have done. Why do you think? Okay, let's take this seriously for a bit. Why do you think? Ang lakas ng loob ng mga tao sabihin to? It's because for the longest time, bro, we haven't been doing it properly. Ano pa ba? My scroll wheel is wonky right now, so medyo bad trip that I can't go through the links as fast. Here. But going back, at least in the Philippines, we have been celebrating it for quite a long time. Apparently, according to this article, we have been celebrating Women's Month in the Philippines since 1988. Diba? Since 1988. The history of Women's Month, I think we can jump straight here. Can you imagine that it was in 1907 na may lumaban para sa pag-file ng bill na pwede nang bumoto mga babae, and it was only 30 years later that it actually happened. In 1986, we had our first female president. 1928, Women's Citizen League established by Maria Ventura. So, a lot of you may be wondering, how do we celebrate this day? Well, you can just say thank you. You can just say Happy Women's Day. You can give flowers, and if you're like us, we can spread more awareness about it. Reason why we keep celebrating this, by the way, in case we haven't been clear yet, is because up to this day, women are still underrepresented. Women comprise over half the world's population. They occupy only 24% of major political posts worldwide. And domestic violence isn't even outlawed everywhere. Ibig sabihin, in some parts of the world, you kind of can hit women without any legal repercussions, which is stupid, right? They're great leaders. They're victims of violence, very much related to number 2. A third of women worldwide experience some sort of violence in their lifetimes, and they value peace. Why it's important? It shines a spotlight on women. It's all about equality. It raises awareness. You get this idea. But this one though is pretty funny. Kung tininan nyo to, medyo laugh trip to. Women's Month dates. March 1, March 1, March 1, March 1, March 1. It's never gonna change because it's always on March. But I think what they wanted to point out here is the day, which is cool because typically also, at least for 2023, Women's Day is normally on a Wednesday. So maganda na for 2023, we celebrate it. We celebrate Women's Day, the start of Women's Month on a Wednesday. Diba? So we've talked about good and bad so far. Hold on, let me just fix the links here. And then we get to an even murkier discussion. Actually, it shouldn't be murky. Dapat clear na to eh. That I hope one day this no longer is challenged. Because a lot of people in the comment section, which we will look at later, challenges this and wants to, kumbaga, bring their opinions to their grave, and they will never change it. Sana maiba to. And this is that for a lot of women, ang transgender na babae ay ganap na babae. Happy Women's Month. And to some extent, questioning it on first sight, if you have, kung wala ka talagang experience or wala ka talagang kaalaman about it, and you're genuinely seeking to find out the answer, ito likely yung magiging tanong mo. Are trans women really women, right? Aren't we diminishing biological women if we say that a biological man is a real woman? So we're not against transgenders, but I just want to widen the discourse. Or maybe, sup Renly? Or maybe someone can enlighten me. Women fought hard for years to have equal rights as men. Then all of a sudden, some biological men want to be recognized as real women too. Not that I don't sympathize with transgendered women. Is it not enough na accepted ka as transgendered woman at kailangan real woman talaga? Why can't it just be separate classifications? Man, woman, LGBTQIA+, or any sort of classification. Just not classify them as what they are not. Will that diminish a transgendered woman if we classify them as a transgendered woman? So, may ganun. And it's a good question, all right? Because in an ever evolving society and our understanding of each other, if you really don't know about it and if it hasn't been taught to you prior, it's a good question to ask because the answer is pretty fortunately yung answer nito is pretty straightforward as well. So before we go into that, I think I have the answer in my head here. Now, when we talk about sex, there's only two kinds of sex. There's female and male. And hardly anyone will ever argue this. Except of course for intersex and very mga outliers to female and males. We're talking about children and babies born with two sexes, chromosomal abnormalities. They're just male and female, all right? And we already know what that comes with. Now, when we talk about gender is something we came up with as a society. That's why ang tawag sa gender, social construct. Binuulang natin siya over the years. So when we say men, women, what makes a man, what makes women, these are all social constructs. So anybody can actually identify with any gender that they choose to have. Now, I'm a male. I can't identify as a female, but I'm a male. Can I identify as a woman? Yeah, because it's not biologically based. It's a social construct. So I hope that straightforward answer is enough. But if it's not, let's go into the discussion because people get into the detail here, and medyo maganda yung discussion. It kind of gets toxic at times kasi bigla na lang may sasagot ng sobrang pilosopo, or again ipipush yung misogyny forward. It's ridiculous, or yung ganito ka, hindi mo tinatanggap na ang trans women are women, so transphobia. May mga ganun. So that's just a little disclaimer as we go through this, and I have to agree. Sabi ni Paring Ray, that's why more than ever we need the SOGI bill, because we need education. So again, para sa mga kakapasok lang, there are only ever two sexes, except for the little population where they can be intersex. So there's only male or female, but gender, men, women, and LGBTQIA+, ito na yung social construct. So anybody, male or female, can identify with any of those. So let's go into the discussion. This one is just reiterating everything. It's confusing to me as well. I'm gonna go here, gonna go lower. I think a lot of the discussion revolves around the way they use the words. There will always be a difference between transgender woman and the natural born woman. Well, that's why they have terms for it, right? My transgender woman and my cis woman. But then again, let's not complicate it. Again, female or male, and then the rest are genders, right? So again, it's the same discussion. Let's look for, there you go. Gender does not equal sex. We already have terms for trans women, it's trans women, and cis women for females assigned at birth. Both are women because gender is a social construct. That's why we have the scientific term female assigned at birth and male assigned at birth for biological sex. Trans women are real women because gender, I think this one is good. Gender has nothing to do with biology. So this statement should already be enough. But again, it's a discussion. So let's keep going through this. They just don't want to be discriminated on. No one is disputing their biology, but their biology should this is pro trans women or women. Ayaw lang talaga nila ma-discriminate. No one is disputing their biology. Again, you ask a trans woman, although you can't just ask a trans woman, hey man, no, you can't say man. Hey, are you biologically male? You can't do that. Okay? Hindi na acceptable yun. And before we even go back to the discussion, I know it's complicated. I know it's complicated. I know ang daming kailangan alamin. And I know as we go on and go through the years, parami ng parami, yung acronyms natin or yung letters sa LGBTQ. I know, before there was just lesbian or gay. Now there's so much more being added onto it. I agree. It's getting more difficult. But I think it's also our responsibility as intelligent, emotional human beings na alamin to. It's just the right thing to do. parang who are you to impose or para ipakita sa ibang tao or pagsabihan ng ibang tao na hindi, eto ka lang. No! That's why it's our responsibility, again, na matutunan to as the years go by. Definitely. Kung may baog na babae or babaeng puro miscarriages or menopause, kung ayaw niya magkaanak tas nagpatali siya, baka ayaw niya lang maging nanay o marami na siyang anak. Hindi na ba siya ganap na babae? Right? I think dun din nagpo-fall apart yung argument na well, trans women are not women because trans women can't give birth. Nagpo-fall apart yung argument na yun for all women who are burdened with not being able to give birth. So ibig sabihin hindi na rin sila women. 'Di ba? May pangit doon. And again, gender has nothing to do with biology. 'Di ba? All right, let's go. This is a very long conversation. I think this one is good though. Next time you encounter a trans woman, just ask if their biology is relevant in that situation and is it even your business? If not, treat them as you would any other woman. If you're a doctor and it is relevant, it is your business, be polite. Diba? So again, we want to separate sex and biology. Let's move on. You see how ang bagal nung scroll ko? We need a new mouse, chat. We need someone get our channel monetized already so we can buy a new mouse. This is what I'm talking about when I say na nagiging slippery na yung conversation because all of a sudden somebody will say this. Nowadays, you can't even mention biological facts anymore without being branded as homophobic. That's not what we're saying, man. Sometimes it takes a real man to be the best girl. Diba? Mga nantitrip na lang eh. Mga nanggagago lang eh. But yeah, I got surprised because the Philippine Reddit is normally very open to conversations like this. Pero nagsilabasan dito yung mga anti-trans bigla or yung mga pseudo nagja-justify na parang porket di nila naiintindihan sasabihin tatawagin na silang transphobic but really they really never really try to understand. Ito sobrang toxic din nito. Maybe let's go to the next main one. Eto, this is what I'm talking about. Pag magbigay ka ng opinion na salungat dito, matik sasabihin ka na ng transphobe. Not getting it, man. Gender is not sex. Okay, hanap tayo ng matinong comment dito. Diba? You know, look at how toxic these comments get. There you go. One last. Why don't people understand the difference between sex and gender? Master, sex is dictated by biology. Sex is male or female. Sex is dictated by your chromosomes and your sexual reproductive system. Gender is a social construct. This is based on society's perception, not biology. Man or woman falls under this term. What makes a man, what makes a woman. Nobody is saying that trans women are biologically female. Trans women are women. O, diba? Are there still other things you should read? The comment section is not passing the vibe check. I think you're gonna see basically the same kinds of arguments here but the same kinds of counter arguments as well. But the point is, we have a long way to go, right? Marami pa tayong kailangan alamin. I also saw this pretty nice post as well. So we're closing that thread already. From 1 year ago, we have Filipina trans women from the 1950s. Pretty neat, right? 1950s, we have trans women. O, diba? Man. Any others? Oh, there. We have a greeting also from, if I'm not mistaken, where is that? Where is that? Ito. From Miss Mela Habihan. I saw this over at TikTok. So let me just play this. And then maybe we could wrap up our stream from here. No, not that. Sana hindi tayo maano. Sana hindi tayo ma-block dahil doon. Oops. Anyway, here we go.
Kapwa ko babae. Ang araw at buwang ito ay paalala. May galing ka. Magaling ka. May boses ka. Matapang ka. Mapagkakatiwalaan ka. Leader ka. Kaya mo. Magagawa mo. May buhay ka. Mabuhay ka. Ako si Miss Mela at babae, melaya kang maging ikaw. Melakas kang tuparin ang iyong mga pangarap. Melayunin kang gagampanan sa mundo. At sa buhay, may laban ka. Happy International Women's Day and Happy Women's Month.
All right. That's a nice greeting. I wonder if that was memorized or if my prompter siya. Either way, a really nice greeting. May valid question dito si Mami Levy. Sabi niya, women got their gender equality as early as 1937 during yung suffrage nga. So why daw may Women's Month pa? Baka OA na, sabi ni Mami Levy. We were able to answer this, we were able to see why we actually need to still celebrate it. And it is a fact that up to this day, I found it, women are still underrepresented. Only 24%, according to this post, of women occupy major political posts worldwide. So you could now see how very male-dominated yung pagpapatakbo ng mundo. Domestic violence isn't outlawed everywhere. And they're very much still, up to this day, victims of violence. It shines a spotlight on women. It's all about equality and it raises awareness. So I think if anything, the reason why we celebrate this is to talk about all the wins and the losses of humanity when it comes to women. I understand na 1937 onwards nakakaboto na ang babae, but the fact that prior to that hindi, and now kumbaga just think about it, bring it up now, all of a sudden hindi na pwede ulit bumoto mga babae. Doesn't that sound absurd to say that today? Now think about all the other kinds of unfair things women have to go through every day. That's exactly why we're celebrating Women's Day. It's really a Women's Day and Women's Month. It's a spotlight on all of these things. And until we get to that day kung saan we achieve a much better sense of equality and kumbaga we actually practice it, we're gonna have to keep celebrating this just as we celebrate any other kind of occasion kung saan binibigyan natin ng spotlight ang marginalized populations of our country or the world. I think it's right and I think we should continue celebrating. So happy Women's Month Happy Women's Day to all the women out there. Nakaabot, nakakilala kay Markova. Oh, wait. No, wait. Di ako familiar. Markova. Oh. Oh. Oh, nice. Markova Comfort Gay. The film tells the story of his hardships during his childhood and his travail during the World War II Japanese occupation of the Philippines. The character was played by actor Dolphy, who played the adult Markova, while his sons played the role of two younger Markovas. Nice. Was it a good movie? Was it a good movie, Paolo? Yeah, another reason is this one. Worldwide, ang daming babae who are still suffering dahil lang pinanganak silang babae. If you were here earlier, nabanggit natin, in certain parts of the world, hindi pa rin outlawed ang domestic violence against women. So technically, you can beat women up and no one, o kumbaga, if you have justified within the legal system, means, kumbaga, kung bakit mo inupakan yung babae, you'll get away with it. When in reality, there's no excuse for doing that. In fact, we shouldn't be hitting each other, period. Diba? So may mga times na ganun pa rin. Yeah, hoping na may ripple effect. I mean, with the power of the internet and the way we celebrate things, it is really to raise awareness. Oh, maganda. Maganda yung film. Sabi ni Master Classic din daw. Anyway, we don't want to go overtime. We already have been going overtime the past 2 days. If you haven't watched this stream or you didn't make it to the start of the stream, please do watch it. But now we're gonna jump over to Kumu, because at 9 p.m. there's gonna be some kind of challenge, and I want to be a part of it, and hopefully we win. For now, this is where the stream ends. Thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow for another stream. And again, happy Women's Day and happy Women's Month to all the women out there. Thank you, Master. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye, Master. Bye, Renly. Bye, Paolo. Oh. Bye, Paring Ray. Oh, okay. I'll read this one last. Sabi ni Paolo, maganda yun. About sa anak na babae sa Afghanistan who pretend na lalaki siya, tapos nahuli, so binigay siya bilang asawa ng isang Afghan Yeah, mga ganyan. Arranged marriages, sex trafficking. There's so many problems that we have to keep raising awareness on for all these problematic issues to come to an end one way or another. Anyway, again, bye-bye. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. I liked it too. I like talking about these things because for one thing, I was raised by women. Bye-bye. Shout out to my mom and my sisters. See you on Kumu or tomorrow. Thank you, Mami Levy.